I know this has been so long since I've done something, but we're going to roll with it anyway. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I know it's been quite a while since I've uploaded, but I've just been busy. But today we're going to be talking about my Adventureathon TBR. So, as you guys know, Kirsty from Bookish has created this amazing new readathon and we are all so excited to take part. So, I've decided I'm going to go for the assassin path just because originally I was going to go for a mage, but when Kirsty drops her video, there were so many great books that I could actually use on this list. So I thought, perfect, I'm going to go for that and we're just going to dive straight in. So all the details for the readathon will be linked down below, as well as anyone else I mentioned in terms of book groups and vice versa. So none of these prompts are going to be in order either, because I've basically just shoved them all together and I've got the list in front of me as to what prompts they fit. So let's go with that. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is the one that will fit the final quest prompt. So that is to overthrow, well, it's a book that features, you know, overthrowing governments. So for this one I've decided to go with Defy the Night. So this will be a reread for me. This was one of my favourite books of, was it last year or the year before? What year? It was last year, I'm pretty sure. So in this one we're following a girl called Tessa who basically, she's in this world where the special flowers that grow, but the government controls who gets the healing properties from them. So basically she is on this quest to overthrow the government and distribute it fairly. So I'm quite keen to get this because the sequel not long came out and they've only just announced the third book in the series, which is absolutely stunning. It's a stunning cover, it really is. But yeah, so this will be my prompt for the final quest. Okay, so the next one I want to talk about is a side quest prompt, and this one fits the prompt to take a hostage. So this was in Kirsty's recommendation video, and that is A Curse So Dark and Lonely, again by Bridget Kemmerer. So this is actually on my self-destruct list for this year. I've been meaning to complete this series for God knows how long, and I just keep putting it off. So that self-destruct list was a perfect opportunity for me to put this book on. So this is basically a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I'm not going to go into any more details than that, but if you've seen Beauty and the Beast, you'll know what that means. Okay, so the next prompt I'm going to use is to bribe someone. So I can't exactly remember what it is. I'll just double check. Where was the... No, that's major. I had... So I think bribe someone was to reread a book that I've recommended to everybody. So for this one, I'm going to go with the book club pick. Well, technically, no, it's not a book club. It's a really long book. So for this one, I'm going to go with Grey Bell by Lynette Noni. So this is the fourth book in the Maduran Chronicles. So as you guys know, I am reading this along with Sash from Sash Reads. So we only just had the live show the morning I've filmed this, and it was really, really good. I've loved the live shows. I love hearing what everybody thinks of this series. I love how people have already binged it. But yes, this is the fourth book in the Maduran Chronicles. I'm very, very keen to get to this because, well, yet I say that, but it's also the most heartbreaking book. So be warned going into this, if you don't like having your heart broken, I guarantee you will. But I'm very, very keen to see what the live show reaction to this book is, because holy crap, so much goes down. But I'm not going to go into any more details other than that. But yes, this will fit the prompt to bribe someone. Alright, so the next book I want to talk about will fit the prompt to basically, I got it. So it's basically, you've seen somebody pick it up, I want it too. So for this one, I've decided to go with another buddy read I'm going to be doing this month, and that, of course, is for Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Now, anyone who's been on BookTube or Instagram, and basically anywhere book-related in the past few weeks, this book has just been everywhere, and I mean everywhere. So Meredith from Reading with Merb has set up a Discord for this book, and not only to host the buddy read for this, but to also be a little group thing. So if you guys do want to join that Discord, I will link that down below as well. But yes, I'm very, very excited to read this book. I will be filming a separate vlog for this, basically like a is it worth the hype idea. So I don't know too much about this. I know it's been described as the Hunger Games meets Dragons, so that to me was perfect. So I thought this would be such a great book to pick up for the I want it, I got it, basically. So yes, I'm very, very excited to read this. I know so many people have absolutely fallen in love with this book, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the top books list of this year. But yes, I'm very, very excited to get to Fourth Wing. Okay, so the next prompt I want to talk about is the tools prompt. So for this one, I've decided to go with Dagger on the cover. So for this one, I've decided to go with the Adventures of Anamia El Safari. I think I've said that right. Please forgive me if I haven't. So this is by Shannon Chakraborty. Now, I'll be honest, the only book I've read from her was City of Brass. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of that book. I think I only gave it 3.5 stars. So hopefully this one is more down my alley. So I don't know if you can, well, that's not really a dagger per se, but you can stab people with it, so I reckon it counts. I don't know too much about this. I know it centers around pirates and that, so I thought, why not? And it's got something you can stab people with, so I'm counting that as a dagger. But yes, I am quite nervous about this book because, as I said, I wasn't the biggest fan of Shannon's City of Brass book, but we shall see. Hopefully this is a lot better than the other one was. Okie dokie, so the next book I want to talk about is another group read book. So as you guys may know, I'm actually a member of the Last to Read Book Club Discord group. So this is a read-along group that's hosted by Mel from a book friend named Mel, Ellie from Earl Grey Books, and Lana from Laura and Lullabies. So I will link all their channels down below, as well as the link to the Ko-Fi. So basically, a couple of months ago they decided to make it a Ko-Fi only thing, and it's as little as $8 a month Australian, so I reckon that was pretty good. So basically what happened there was each month a member is pulled and asked to basically get some choices together and pick a book for, well, essentially pick a list of books that people will vote on, and that book, the book that wins, obviously will get voted in. So the book club pick for the month of June is going to be Dark Rice by C.S. Pacat. This was the clear winner, I think, out of 3 books I chose. I know Day of Fallen Night was one I picked, and I can't remember the other one. I think it was... no, I can't remember. But yes, this is going to be the book club pick for the month of June. I'm quite excited to read it. I did love her Dark Prince series. Well, actually, I like the first book. I haven't read the other 2 yet, but I quite enjoyed the first book in that. So, yeah, I know this is like a... Basically, it's set with ancient magic. I don't know too much else about it, but yeah, I'm quite keen to get to this book and see what the go is. Okay, and the final book I want to talk about is the one that is going to be the starting quest for my chosen path, and that is going to be a book that features assassins. So for this one, I've decided to go with Nevernight by J. Kristoff. This is also a book that's on my Shelf Destruct list. I do know that Maya, the main character, does become an assassin later on, but I think this book pretty much, from what I can tell, sets up her journey to become an assassin. So I'm going to count that as featuring assassins, especially if she's going to become one. So yeah, this is also a book that got put on my 12 recommendations list by Joe, so I'm quite excited to see where this goes. I do know it has quite big footnotes in it, something I may find distracting, hopefully not. If I can't read this physically, I will try and get the audio for it. But yeah, very excited to pick this up and see what I think. Okay, so these, when I don't lose them, are all the books I will be reading in the month of June. So it's a pretty decent stack. I reckon I can get through these quite easily. Yeah, so I'm going to put them down. Okay, so that was my TBR for the month of June. I'm quite excited to get to all these books. I do think I can pull it off, especially since in the last couple of weeks I have actually got my reading mojo back, thanks to a challenge video that will hopefully be up by the time this video goes out. And as always, I will link anybody I've mentioned as well as all the channel announcements down below in the description box. So thank you very much for getting through to the end of this video. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but I've finally got my filming mojo back, so it's very, very exciting, and what better way to kick it off with the readathon. So thank you guys so much for sticking around with me to the end of this video. As always, if you have not subscribed, I would love it if you did. As always, hit the big thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I shall see you guys again real soon. Bye!